Hello friends, in the previous tutorial we discussed Python lists, which is a collection of mutable items or values. In this tutorial we will discuss another very important data structure of Python, Python tuple. We use tuple to store the sequence of immutable Python objects. It is similar to list, but difference lies in the fact that the value of the items stored in the list can be changed. But tuple is immutable and the value of the items stored in the tuple cannot be changed. Let's see how we write tuple in Python and what are some operations that we can perform over them. A tuple is initialized as the collection of comma-separated values enclosed within the small brackets. Let me declare a tuple to understand it better. If you check the value held by this variable and its data type, you can see if we put some elements inside a small bracket separated by a comma, these becomes part of a tuple. You should keep in mind that even if you are having only one element in a tuple, it must contain a comma. Let's see what happens if we do not put a comma. If I declare a variable, say var1, like this, I have put it in small brackets but without any comma. Now let me check its data type. See guys, it is an integer, not a tuple. But if I put a comma just after this value and rerun the code, it becomes a tuple. Hope you would have noticed the difference a comma can bring when dealing with single item or element. Now let's discuss few operations that we generally do on tuples. A tuple is indexed in the same way as a Python list. You can use specific index value to access items in a tuple. We have already discussed it in detail while understanding lists. Please watch our tutorial on Python list first before you go ahead with this tutorial to understand indexing and slicing of lists. Same goes for tuples as well. Let's understand with an example why we call tuple a collection of immutable objects. If I separate out any element, say first element of this tuple, and try to replace its value 101 by 202, it throws error, which means we cannot change the value of elements of a tuple after initialization. Now let's discuss some operations that we generally perform over tuples. Again, as we have seen in case of lists, if you want to repeat elements of a tuple, you can use multiplication operator. Similarly, you can try concatenation operation. Let's initialize another tuple. Smith USA. You can concatenate these two tuples like this. We can also check presence of an element in a tuple using membership operator. If I write 101 in, it gives true, which is correct. For element which is not there in tuple, it will give false. Generally, we use membership operators in decision making as an expression in if, else, elif statements. We have already discussed decision making techniques in Python in one of our previous tutorial. Similar to a list, we can also access elements of a tuple using Python loops. If we write such a loop provides all the elements of a tuple. Like a list, you can use len function to get number of elements in a tuple. In case of a tuple having all numbers, if you want to find maximum or minimum value present in that tuple, you can use inbuilt Python functions. Let's initialize a tuple having all elements as number. Now, if you want to check maximum value present in this tuple, you can use max method. That's right, you can also check minimum value using min method. Outcome is 1, which is obvious. You can also convert any sequence to tuple using built-in Python method, tuple method. Let's say you have a list like this. Why it is a list? I hope you remember. If we put some comma separated elements within a square bracket, then it becomes a list. Now, if you want to convert it into a tuple, use tuple function. Just check whether we are right or not. It becomes a tuple. Again, you can convert this tuple sequence into a list sequence using list method, which we have seen already in previous tutorial on Python lists. I hope now you can convert any list to tuple and vice versa. Well friends, I think we should stop this tutorial here. This is all about Python tuple. Now you can use tuple very easily without facing any problem. Thanks for watching the video. In the next tutorial, we will discuss another Python data structure, Python sets. If you find this series on Python coding techniques helpful for you, do not forget to like and share this content with your friends and colleagues. If you want to get a notification when we upload a new tutorial, please subscribe our channel right now. Stay connected.